Sr., Chuck Dozier, and accepting on Pete's behalf is his brother Sam Guelli, Aquinas class of 1984.
Peter Guelli's extraordinary career has made him one of the most respected leaders in professional sports. In March of 2024, Pete was named Chief Operating Officer of both the Buffalo Bills and the Buffalo Sabres, overseeing all business operations for both franchises. His leadership spans stadium development, international market growth, fan engagement, and media partnerships. Before returning to Buffalo, Pete served as COO of the New York Giants, where he modernized the team's business model, strengthened its digital presence, and helped shape the future of the franchise. Earlier, as COO of the Charlotte Hornets, he led the team's transition to Michael Jordan's ownership, rebranded the franchise back to the historic Hornets name, and helped bring the 2019 NBA All-Star Game to Charlotte. Most recently, Pete has guided the Bills through a pivotal transition to their new stadium opening in 2026, while expanding their reach through the NFL's Global Markets Program and innovative partnerships, including an upcoming Hallmark holiday film featuring the Bills. Through it all, Pete has never forgotten his roots. He credits his time at Aquinas and the values of goodness, discipline, and knowledge as the foundation of his leadership and success. It is with great pride that we induct Pete Guelli into the Aquinas Hall of Fame, honoring a visionary leader whose journey began right here on Dewey Avenue.
Thanks, Chad. Appreciate it. Pete tried to get me to shave my head and just pretend I was him today, but I fortunately declined that offer. Almost 25 years ago, I had the privilege of introducing my father, Frank, when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. All these years later, I'm here accepting the same award on behalf of my brother, Pete. Life really does seem to come full circle sometimes. Pete's obviously very disappointed that he couldn't be here to accept this award for himself, but when you consider that he's being inducted for his professional accomplishments, it's kind of fitting because it's game day, and he's at the stadium, making sure everything's in place for the Bills Mafia and for the greatest fan experience the NFL has to offer. It's that kind of commitment to all the owners and players and the fans of every team he's ever worked for that has earned Pete this recognition today. And I'll give you 3 guesses where I'm headed after this is over. First and foremost, Pete wants to congratulate all the other inductees for their wonderful accomplishments that have led to their inclusion in the Hall. He's truly honored to enter the Hall with each and every one of you. Pete wants to thank Aquinas and the Hall of Fame Induction Committee. He's very humbled and grateful for this wonderful recognition. Aquinas is in our family's blood. 7 of us have graduated from here, my brothers and I, and my Uncle Russ and my cousin Russ who are here today, my cousin Joe, and of course my father, who cherished our family's connection to Aquinas his entire life. And for Pete, Aquinas was such an important stop on his road to success. He's often shared that the values he learned here about discipline, hard work, friendship, philanthropy, and faith really helped pave the way for his ascension through the ranks of professional sports. And those lessons and those friendships remain to this day. Pete's especially proud to be joining his classmates and close friends, Tom Lowenguth and Sam Guerreri, in the Hall. And he's always looked to guys like Tom and Sam and Mike Lambert, who's also here, as examples of lives well lived and successes well earned. Pete wishes to acknowledge the generosity and leadership of all the team owners who gave him his opportunity to prove his value, starting with Ralph Wilson when he first began with the Bills years ago, NBA legend Michael Jordan with the Charlotte Hornets, John Mara and Steve Tisch with the New York Giants, and most recently Terry and Kim Bagula, who entrusted him not only with the Bills, but also the Buffalo Sabres. And Pete knows without their trust and their belief in him, he would not be where he is today. Despite Pete's professional accomplishments, his greatest success came away from the playing field. He was blessed to meet his future wife, Patty, when they were both still in high school. And she was such an important influence on Pete and really the catalyst to him becoming the man he is today. She's always brought out the very best in him and has been his life's most important partner, offering him guidance, support, and when needed, the occasional kick in the pants. Together they have 2 amazing sons, Gunnar and Grayson, who are each attending Notre Dame in pursuit of advanced degrees and who will no doubt carry on Pete and Patty's remarkable legacy. But like most success stories, Pete's began at home with a mother and father that gave him everything he could ever want or need to succeed in the world. Undying love, unending support, and an unyielding belief in his abilities that gave Pete the confidence to take on all of life's challenges. But more than anything, it was the examples they set: devotion to family, selflessness, community service, and a tireless work ethic that laid the groundwork for the man that Pete would become. In 2001, when my dad was inducted, he'd only recently lost his own father, and I know it was a bittersweet moment for him to receive such a wonderful accolade and not have his biggest fan there to witness it. And for Pete, it's much the same because we lost our dad a little less than 2 years ago, and he would have loved nothing more than to have him here, to see this. But I told Pete the same thing I told my dad all those years ago. You know, Dad may not be here to see you receive this great honor, but he always saw the greatness within you. And in his eyes, you were always a Hall of Famer. And I know today he's smiling down proudly as he watches you join him as one of the only father-son duos ever inducted into the Aquinas Hall of Fame. Congratulations, brother, on this well-deserved honor.